sẽ tăng tốc trong sự chờ đợi của các đội đua. Miguel Oliveira vẫn bảo vệ được vị trí xuất phát đầu tiên của mình để tiếp tục là tay đua đang chạy đầu vào lúc này.
Pretty horrid run for the second half of the season for the Italian.
Alex Rins on his way to Barcelona tomorrow for a consultation.
But Dobby's gone too deep in, or it's getting a bit tight through turn one. Joining them is Aleix Spargaro, who's got brilliant rhythm.
The runaway race leader, Oliveira, who is finally on that last lap, was slightly slower than Frank.
At the moment as things stand, of course, Miller in third would give Ducati the constructors' title.
Race for Ducati, they came mighty close to it last weekend in the closest finish we've had all season. It was a nail-biter and a thriller.
Would have had from fans in the grandstand here. Gapped the same at the front, 3.7 seconds.
Their former Moto2 world champion, Alex Marquez. And here's Joan Mir, turn 3. It's been a fair Mir. 16th right now. He's got to find 2.5 seconds at least to get a point to start his...
So deep was Crutchlow, so he's gifted it back to him again. Bradle's right on their coattails.
As well, Zarco's not been able to find a way through on those 3 men ahead of him. And what's happening is while they're engaging, this is bringing talked about it yesterday, saying that this circuit, of course, without the data and information, the experience and knowledge, having come here for the first time.
0.1 off Oliveira, but at the moment he's trying to find a way of getting through on Franco Morbidelli. You're looking here, though, at this huge battle. It's such a great sight to see Stefan Bradl fighting like this. And let's not forget, Bradl crashed at the fast turn 9 this morning.
Crash at turn 9 this morning, so to jump back on, that's the way he ended warm-up. To go into the race with that fresh in his mind, the last he's picked up a bunch of point-scoring finishes, Stefan Bradl, but this is his best performance in the drive by a long time. 6 years got sucked in there by Stefan Bradl. Zarco got up the inside of Bradl. That might have just disturbed the air in that braking zone. And I had to stay on 2 seconds advantage. There's been no tyre drop-off at all for Miguel Oliveira. Same for the likes of Morbidelli and Miller.
So another top 5 beckons for the Frenchman.
Yeah, good ride, strong way to move into Pramac Ducati. Did this last year, didn't he, as well, Jack Miller? A real strong finish to 2019, and bar some absolutely rotten, the mechanical in Le Mans when he was so strong in the rain conditions, and then wiped out by Brad Binder in Teruel.
There's been a lot, in fact, to that, wasn't
the slowest lap by Miller for quite some time, just doing all he can to try and now loses yet another place. What an absolutely shocking end to the season for Fabio Quartararo. This will be his 8th.
Well, in the closing stages of this one, here is a man who's definitely not struggling, Miguel Oliveira. Well, it would be 8 podiums in all and 3 wins in 2020. What a turnaround.
A couple of years to see a KTM in the top 6. Now it's a massive shock if they're outside of the top 6. That's not going to happen today.
Slow Bradl follow, then it's Dovi, Nakagami, Aleix Spargaro in 10th, then it's Alex Marquez in 11th, Vinales and Rossi. So Rins' day is getting even worse.
Dovizioso's speed has been flatlining throughout the whole race. He's just been able to keep...
Now Crutchlow still in contention for a top 5 to finish his MotoGP career with. Just up ahead of him is Johan's
20th place on the grid yesterday, so some unusual technical problems befalling the world champion on the factory GSX.
For the Italian, who we're on board with now, 5 laps remain. He's got 4 tenths to cover on Jack Miller.
Slow's hopes of a top 6, really tough now. And Dovizioso just blitzed through on Zarco. Nakagami's coming through, incredible. He's just managing the tyres better than anybody else around him, and now Miller is right on Franco Morbidelli.
Can he make the move? On board here with Franco Morbidelli. It's not quite the spectacular end to the season we were all hoping for.
No, but you have to pay tribute to Miller, who was himself a 10th quicker than Franco Morbidelli ahead of him. This looks like it's going to be a Morbidelli over the last 2 weekends. He could write a book on Frankie's riding style. As least that Fabio Quartararo would not be the top man in Petronas Yamaha. It would be Franco Morbidelli who's going to be the top Yamaha. Jack Miller trying to pressure Morbidelli into a mistake, but he's just unflappable there on the Yamaha, helping Morbidelli just eke out a couple of metres more on Miller coming through the final turn.
Nakagami in 5th ahead of Dovi, Bradl.
Frustrating day then for Joan Mir, not the way he wanted.
He'll still get there. 3 laps to go. And and so far so good, depending on what happens. They've got work to do.
Isn't it, for a Yamaha engineer throughout the winter?
Taki Nakagami's speed late on in this race is impressive. No, well, it's time to find out what Jack's got. There's a lap and a bit left.
Yeah, Crutchlow in the early stages was really looking strong to finish his LCR Honda career, finishes.
Miguel Oliveira has started his final lap of the race, and he has been perfect so far. Alex Martin,
fastest man on the circuit yet again. He did say he can keep tyre life with that RSGP. He's got a very much of a cool customer. Don't want to curse him, but it's been absolutely picture perfect in Portimao, hasn't it? Nothing else to take to here.
He's got to have a look. You know he's going to have a look. Here it comes, up the inside from Jack Miller. It's the block pass.
It's a class here in Portimao.
The checkered flag comes out here in Portugal. Miguel